Hey there, everyone. Good to be with you. It's been a couple of weeks since I've actually released a newsletter. Life here has been pretty chaotic. Nothing bad, just so busy and so crazy that I've had a difficult time keeping up with everything that I've been doing. So I'm back. And during the chaotic time, I started thinking about the chaos that we do find here on the earth as compared to the heavenly peace in the hereafter. So I decided to write something about that. And the name of the blog this week is called Earthly Chaos versus Heavenly Peace. So as we all know, those of us experiencing a physical incarnation on the earth plane are far more than the human form that we inhabit while we're here. Our natural and eternal home is a world without drama, pain, illness, or death. Our true nature, our immortal nature, is pure energy and divine love. So do we have to come here at all and endure the conflict, suffering, and illness and death? No, we don't. It's fully our choice. Then why in the world would we take on such a difficult mission? Why would we leave a world where nothing but peace and unconditional love abounds and come to a world where both of those blissful qualities and states of being are sometimes difficult to come by? It's a conundrum for sure. So let's talk about what it takes for a piece of coal to become a beautiful diamond. Of course, it's not like we as a spirit are likened to a dull piece of coal, although maybe some people think coal is pretty. But anyway, we are the farthest thing from that. We are breathtakingly beautiful, as vast as an unimaginable, immense universe, and powerful beyond our wildest imagination. However, we are created in much the same way that a newborn human is. We come into existence not really having the spiritual understanding of what it means to grow into an evolved being capable of owning that power and using it for the purpose of fostering more love and unity. Yet like a piece of coal that goes through an enormous amount of pressure, stress, and tension to transform into a sparkly, gorgeous diamond, we too must do the same. We are given the power to transform the world, immense power. We have so much love to give, and that love has the capacity to create anything from a cure for all illnesses to finally putting an end to all the darkness, including hatred and anger, divisiveness and violence. We were also given the gift of unity with each other, which makes us even more powerful as long as we embrace it. We as souls are family, all of us. We are God's family, and his dream for his family is to love each other, work together in harmony and peace, and help each other when one or more of us loses our way. We are the strongest. We can possibly be the strongest when we are together and aware of the unity that joins us all together. If we lose just one of us, just one, the loss of that circle of unity, when it becomes broken, each of us feels the loss of that love. Our Creator loves each of us in the same unconditional way. And for every single soul that pulls away from the infinite light, he aches for the return of that soul. The earth plane is the perfect place for us to grow up as a soul and learn not to take for granted the gifts that we were given at birth or to abuse those gifts by choosing to use them for dark or sinister purposes. Some souls learn very quickly and evolve at a rapid pace, and some spend lifetime after lifetime playing with their power, testing their false belief that they are somehow better than other souls and should therefore have power over others. Where does that tendency come from? We are no longer only divine. That's the answer. We are no longer only divine when we come to earth. We are also human with an ego that has the right to choose whatever path it desires as it lives out his incarnations. Harmonizing both our soul's light and our ego's courage, strength, and sometimes bravado is one of the greatest challenges. Yet, we all can do it. And when we do, we become powerful catalysts for both the personal and the collective growth and evolution of all souls. We've all eventually, sometime in our life, we ask the question, well, why can't we grow and evolve in the spirit world and avoid going through all the physical, emotional pain on the earth plane? The answer is, we can. But the pace of our soul's growth and evolution in the spirit world will be kind of more like a snail's pace rather than the growth on earth that's like a powerful cheetah that runs like the wind. Again, just like a piece of coal that must endure a lot of stress and pressure to eventually transform into a diamond, so must we also go through similar amounts of external stress. Each time we work our way through adversity after adversity, whether physical, emotional, or mental, we learn that all of it descended upon us to teach us a lesson or several lessons. It will also force us to take time to recede from the physical world and explore our divine nature. In doing so, we will discover the reasons for the adversities, learn what they came to teach, and then allow it all to help us awaken and move to the next level of consciousness. Finally, what is also important to remember is this. There are many levels of consciousness that we all must go through. We can't skip a level, or our journey will not be complete. If we try to, we'll probably have to go back to the one we were before we tried to bypass. They're all vital. All levels of consciousness are vital in order for us to fully awaken and remember all the truths, the knowledge, and the wisdom that lies within us. It's already there. With each step that we take on our journey, another piece of the puzzle will be revealed to us, and the bigger picture will be revealed and come into focus. Just a little bit more each time. We will move closer to fully remembering how powerful we are and how important it is that we use our power wisely and for the greater good. However, we must never believe that just because we may be on a higher level of consciousness than another, that we are better or more important. We were all on the lower levels of consciousness and struggled and worked through our lessons just as younger souls are doing so now. Just as we wouldn't ask a 4-year-old to study physics before he learns to read or write, we would not ask younger toddler souls to understand the great mysteries of our Genesis and the teachings of great spiritual masters before having learned simpler truths, profound truths, like what it means, what it really means to love unconditionally. There are no shortcuts. We can't jump from level 1 to 4, but there are ways that we can learn to evolve more quickly. One way is that we can choose to take on a lot of difficult lessons in a particular lifetime. Doing so will not be easy and may result in much frustration, sadness, heartbreak, disillusionment, from a human perspective at least. That's where our guides come in, the angels, our team of light. They can help us to choose carefully and mindfully during our pre-birth planning so that we don't take on more than we can handle. However, we can override our guides' advice and decide to do it anyway. Sign up for everything, no matter how tough it looks. We decide that we can do it. Yet rest assured, if we do, and we struggle, we need to be rest assured that our guides will always be there for us to help us through our struggles. We simply, as I say this all the time, we just need to ask them for their help. They must honor our free will. All you have to do is just reach out. Say, I need some help. I don't know what to do. I don't know where we go from here. And you'll get the answers, but gotta ask. The bottom line is this. In his fantastical infinite wisdom, our Creator designed the earth plane and the human experience because it was the best school for his children to learn and appreciate who we are all destined to be. Beautiful, responsible beings of divine light and love. We are the antithesis of evil and darkness, and we are the bringers of the divine healing light for beings everywhere. So that's the end of the blog. I don't really have that much more to say, except that, we're talking about a lot about consciousness, and the older soul you are, you're better able to understand that when tragedy strikes, there is a reason for it, and we tend to go quickly into why it's happening from a higher perspective than just falling face first into all the adversity and getting lost in it and making choices that are making things even worse. And so those of us who are on a higher level of consciousness, and we see the younger souls making maybe some, you want to call it dumb choices, or just you keep trying to think, why? Because we forget sometimes. That's when we need to step in and just be there for each other. We're all doing the same thing. All the adversity that we find here is allowing us to go deeper within, because we do not find the real true answers outside of ourselves. The only answers for our lives and what happens to us here lies within the temple of our soul. So we need to take that time to discover our true nature, forgive ourselves when we fall short in any way, and then move on with love in our hearts always. So I could go on and on because I tend to do that, but I think I'm going to say goodbye because we're getting up to 13 minutes, and I think that's long enough. But anyway, thank you for your patience since I've been gone. And I promise you, read the greeting because there's more information in there. And there's a poem in this week's newsletter that my husband Steve wrote. And I think you guys are going to really love it. He's just so, he's different than me, because I always say I'm the balloon and he's the string. I'm always up there meditating, thinking about all this, ethereal stuff. And he's like pulling me down to the earth, saying, but you're living here now. You're on the earth. You have to live in the earth and go for your spiritual awareness too. So it's more balanced. Anyway, I think you'll like the poem. So again, thank you for joining me this week. And it will be 2 weeks. We're going to do this for a while, every other week, just until things, settle down a little bit. So everyone, I wish you all a wonderful, beautiful week. And I hope that if anybody else is going through a chaotic time, that you will take some time to just chill and breathe and know that everything happens for a reason. It's going to be okay. It's always okay. Namaste, everyone. I love you guys. Thank you.